Fox News alert: President Obama set to make a new push for extending payroll tax cuts. Looking live at the White House, less than 10 minutes away from the president's remarks there. He's expected to call on Congress to extend the tax cut for 160 million Americans. This after Republicans challenged Democrats in the White House to let them expire, proposing an extension without paying for it by tacking the price tag onto the soaring $15 trillion national debt. Congressman Scott Garrett joins us, a New Jersey Republican. He's vice chairman of the House Budget Committee. Always great to have you on Valentine's Day. You were here last Valentine's Day.
Good to be back with you.
Look, you were against this in December, right?
Right. I was against it in this past December, and I was against this back in December of 2010 when it was one of the last actions under Speaker Pelosi's
So are
gavel.
you going to be against this now?
Well, I'll certainly listen to see what leadership has to say to us when we get back into D.C. later on today for a conference on this. But realistically, this is a problem that was handed to us by Speaker Pelosi in the last term. This is an issue that just a month ago the president said was his #1 priority, that is to get the payroll tax done and to done for an entire year. And now I hear in the news and out of the White House they say, oh, no, we have to couple it with this, and this. And I think that all puts to rest any assertions that this president is legitimate about trying to resolve this. It's really about the politics of it for him right now.
But look, a lot of your Republican colleagues said, look, we're never going to agree to this unless there's an offset. Now they're saying, all right, forget the offset, we'll just tack it onto the debt.
Yeah, so here
Why would they change?
Well, I mean, here you actually, now to think about it, here you have two examples of this, right? So you have this example where Republicans are saying, okay, we will compromise with the White House on this one.
Right.
Same thing on the super committee, the same thing. Remember, the super committee said we will compromise on the issue of tax revenue increases. And both sides, we sort of compromised with the administration, and then they backed off and said we're not going to cut the deal. So it really shows that the president talks about trying to reach out to the other side of the aisle, but when push comes to shove, it's all about politics.
But you know what? The president and Democrats were absolutely hammering you Republicans, saying that you're against middle-class tax cuts because you were so adamant that without an offset you were going to allow this to expire. Haven't you now removed that political football, very damaging to the GOP, by relenting?
Yeah, I think it may hurt the GOP with some sort of arguments going forward of saying how much should we add to the debt. This will add about $100 billion to the debt. But we certainly come out in a stronger position on the political ground, saying that we're willing to compromise, willing to work with the administration when they are not. And we're certainly, at the end of the day, on the budget side of the equation, saying that we are far better positioned than where the president is with his budget that just came out this past week, or yesterday, where they want to add over $4.5 trillion to the deficit, $11 trillion on top of it. So we're in a better position on both those grounds.
You're not the Lone Ranger in opposing these payroll tax cuts going on. And so Democrats are going to have to join with a lot of Republicans in order to get this passed. Do you think there are enough Dems who will do it?
No, I mean, if this comes up into the House tomorrow, the next day, or what have you, with a position as the Speaker talks about, I think that they will have probably enough Republicans to go and get this done. Then we'll see whether the Democrats join on.
Because then Nancy Pelosi is suggesting a standalone here on the extension of the payroll tax cuts has to be bundled. She won't allow a standalone.
So there you go. There again proves the point that the Democrats are not committed to actually getting their #1 priority done. They want to bring in other things. We're saying let's give it a try. I think it will pass probably the House if it's done. It'll go to the Senate where all bills go to die. It'll go to the Senate where they can't even get a budget done.
What about jobless benefits? The doc fixes as well. But what about jobless benefits? There's some movement afoot to tie some policy changes to that. Mandatory drug testing, mandatory high school equivalency.
All those things are good, but at the end of the day, really what the public wants is not more jobless benefits. What the public wants is more jobs. And everything that's come out of the White House has been not job creation. Everything out of the Senate, well, there's nothing out of the Senate. The public really wants Washington to talk about job creation, not just to be on the dole forever. And
I know you're on the House side, but in the U.S. Senate, would you expect another 97-0 vote on the president's proposed budget?
Yeah, exactly. They will. I think McConnell says that he'll put up the bill himself just to get it going.
Not a single Democrat will approve the president's budget.
So there you go. It shows that the president is not in touch not only with the American people, he's not in touch with his own party, he's not in touch with the Senate.
Representative Scott Garrett, always good to see you on Valentine's Day.
Thanks
very much.